Hello everyone, this is Alan with ThaiVideoCast.com. Today we're going to start a new series and it's going to be on how to read Thai. And we're going to start with one of Thailand's most famous dishes, Tom Yam Goong. As you can see, we have our words separated into three different colors. The letters in blue are the consonants. The letters in red are the vowels. And the tone markers are in green. And we're going to be going over those later, but for now, let's just look at the consonants. Taking a look at these consonants one by one, here's our first letter. This one makes the sound th. That's th. Sort of like a cross between a D and a T. The thing to look for with this letter is that it has two bumps on the top. Once again, this makes the th sound. There's actually a couple letters that look really similar to this one, so let me quickly show you how you can tell them apart. The next letter looks pretty much the same, except it's smooth and rounded at the top. This one makes the sound D, and it sounds like the letter D. And then the last one is also rounded at the top, but you'll notice that the little circle inside curls the other way. This one makes the sound K, and it sounds like the letter K. Let's get back to Tom Yam Goong. So our next letter is this one. This letter makes the sound and it sounds like the letter M. The one after that makes the sound Y, and it sounds like the letter Y. This one that kind of looks like an eagle's head makes the sound G, and it sounds like the letter G. And finally, the last letter makes the sound Ng. So this is like when you have an ing word, like when you say running or eating. And at the end of that word, you get that Ng sound. Now let's take a look at the vowels. They're going to be colored in red. Well, actually the first vowel, you're not going to see anything. Because when you just have two consonants next to each other, that makes the short vowel sound O. So, for instance, in this case, we have this letter that makes the th sound. And it's right next to this letter that makes the M sound. So because they're next to each other like that, you say them together with the O sound and you get the word tom. Okay. Now with this next vowel, you can actually see it written out in red. We have a little circle and a letter that kind of looks like a cane. You just have to remember that the circle goes on top of the consonant, and then the cane-looking letter comes after that. And that's going to make the sound Again, that's And if you just put that together with our consonant, which is the Y sound, you get yam. Now this last vowel is this little circle and the line that goes down underneath the consonant. Now this vowel makes the sound oo. And we just put that together with our two consonants, the g or the G sound and the ng sound. And we get the word gung. Make sure not to drag it out though. Don't say gung. It has to be short, like gung. So now we have all the consonants and all the vowels out of the way. So far we have this word that sounds like Tom Yam Goong. But if you're going to say it like a Thai, then we have to say it with the right tones. Let's put those tone markers up in green. But before we can know what tone a word is, we have to know about classes. Here's how classes work. Basically, every letter is either a high class, middle class, or a low class. So for instance, our first letter, it just happens to be a middle class letter. And once you know what class a letter is, you can just look at the tone marker and that'll pretty much tell you what tone the word is. You can see on the chart there's only 4 tone markers, and our tone marker is this one. It's the only one that has just one curl and a line sticking out at the bottom. Now if you take our letter, which is a middle class letter, and you use it together with this tone marker, you get a falling tone. So our first word, instead of saying it like tom, it should sound like tom. Can you hear the difference? Moving on, you can see the word yam doesn't have a tone marker. So we're basically just going to leave that alone. It's going to keep its neutral tone. And finally, we have our last word. So we've got this eagle head shaped letter, and this letter is also a middle class letter. So you can try looking on the chart again for the middle class. And then our tone marker is the same as last time. and we find that we get the falling tone. So instead of saying gung, we should read this word gung. So putting that all together, we get tom yam gung. Congratulations! We just learned to read our first Thai dish.